me, Kat, and I'm back. Today I'm starting singing Saturdays or Saturday singing. So, most important thing before actually getting yourself all singing, especially in a belty voice, is to warm your voice up. This is something that not a lot of people do. Sometimes people just jump right on into singing and you can hear that their voices are warming up as they're singing. So what I like to tell my students to do is on their drive in for a lesson is to do a lot of lip trills or tongue trills. So of course, lip trills are really hard to do if you're holding a lot of tension in your face. So sometimes, of course, if you're driving and you can like, if you're stressed out and you can't get your face to relax, you can just take one hand and kind of push this area together right in here. Of course, if you're home and you've got the time before jumping in the car, and you can do that along to any song that comes on the radio. That opens up your resonating chambers and gets the voice moving front and forward and balances everything out for you. With tongue trills, it's sort of like pretending that you're a cat purring. So it's the tip of the tongue is going back and forth at the roof of your mouth here. If you have a hard time doing that, don't worry. You can get yourself to roll your R's by going between tada. Let's just start doing that fast. So it's between t and d, those sounds. Tada. And you'll feel when your tongue is up at the roof of your mouth here and up to your top front teeth, you'll feel that R starting to want to get going. So it's like you're saying arrivederci, right? And you can do that while you're, music is on. You don't have to do it on scales or anything. That's not always necessary. So if you're driving along and you can do these easily. And if you're really good at this, then you can start kind of moving your cheeks a little bit. It's almost like you're going to smile. I know it sounds really strange and my neighbors are like, well, at least we know that she teaches voice lessons. It's not really crazy. But the best thing to do is just to get that rolling along, and what that will do is actually release your jaw. So if you're like me, I tend to hold a lot of tension in my jaw and sometimes in my face. I years ago had all sorts of contractions in my mouth because of having braces and TMJD and all sorts of things, and so I carry a lot of still tension in my face and in my mouth and in my neck and my jaw. So those are the areas for me that I know need to be warmed up before I sing. And singing is like, if you're gonna be singing for like a half an hour, 45 minutes, hour or so, just like you would exercise your body and warm your body up, you need to do the same thing for your voice. It's not exactly healthy to just jump right in and sing full out, full blast right away. It's better to actually kind of do a few little warm-ups here and there, and then you can, jump right on into doing a full out song. What I usually tell my students to do is actually some of their first lessons are spent getting the giggles out and everything, and learning how to do the lip trills and the tongue trills, and just picking your favorite song and just do it completely with lip trills first and then tongue trills second, and then thirdly you can go through and you can sing it. I always suggest my students to have a recorder. So if you're singing off of a song that you have on your phone, you may want to grab a digital recorder or some kind of recording device so you can hear yourself singing along with the song. And the reason why I suggest doing this is because then you listen back and ensure that you were in the right key, you're singing in the right pitch, you're singing on the right notes, and you are, singing the way you should with all the rests or holds or, all the gamut of different things that come up when you're singing a song. So it's important to really pay attention as you're listening back. So you can sing through the song once. If you notice a whole bunch of mistakes, this is where you need to go and just work on specific sections of a song. So instead of going back and singing through the whole song all over again, you pinpoint those areas of the song that you are having an issue with, and you go through measure by measure and you iron all of that out. You get that fixed. And when you go back the next time to work on that song, go for the sticky measures that you were having issues with and work through those and sing through several measures and to ensure that you are singing those sections properly and paying attention to where your rests are so that you can get the breath that you need. So the third thing that I want to talk to you about today is breath control and breathing from your diaphragm. Okay, so your diaphragm, as most people already know, but if you don't, it's okay. It's right kind of above your belly button, right at the bottom of your ribs there. So if you were to put your hands on your belly, you can actually feel that push out when you're breathing. So that is one of the best first things that you can actually do, is to put your hands right there on your belly. And as you're breathing, you feel your belly actually pushing right into your hands. If you have a hard time doing that, you can lean forward just a smidge. But you really want to focus that breathing into your belly. If you start to feel your shoulders going up, then you're starting to breathe here. And we don't want to do that when you're singing. We want to focus it all into your belly. So you're getting a nice big belly breath so that you're actually supporting your voice. Supporting your voice is sort of the same idea as building a house and having the right foundation. So your breath is actually the foundation of your sound. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but it's important because that breathing is going to help you to carry out that sound. So you take that big breath in, you feel your belly pushing out, and as you exhale, you can feel the belly going back in towards your backbone. Okay, so take another big breath in, and this time you can do some sounds on the way out. So I like to do just a simple ah. So you just breathe in. Ah. Okay, so it's not like you need to hold it out on any specific note. Hold out that ah for as long as you can, and you can count while you're doing that. You count in your head and see how long you can actually hold out that ah. Sometimes at the very beginning of doing this, because I haven't warmed up as much as I should today, you can hear that fluctuating in my voice with that ah. You hear that little turn, a little bit of a turn in there. It's just going back and forth. If you really lean right into it, then you won't have that. Sometimes those little flutters and runs are really pretty, but I want to ensure that people are breathing properly first. So you take a big breath in. So you just lean on into that and kind of feel like you're just leaning on into that note and letting it get nice and deep and resonant, and you feel all of your chambers in your head and even in here starting to bounce around. So what I like to tell some of my younger students to do, is some of my older students have done this too. You take a big breath in. So you have one hand here and one hand on your belly. So you're just ensuring that you're not breathing here. That's the only reason why I tell them to put their hands here, especially for people who tend to take bigger breaths in here. It's important to put your hand here and ensure that you're actually breathing into your belly instead of right here. Again, that supports your voice. It's all, you know, the mechanics of singing and making you an amazing singing machine. So first, do those lip trills. Second, do those tongue trills. Third, do some deep breathing into your belly. And then fourth, after you do that belly breath, lean into an and hold it for as long as you want to. And if you can hold it out for like 8 counts, that's awesome, okay? Don't push yourself too much, but start with 4, work up to 8, and if you can do more than that, that's absolutely amazing. Okay, so thank you for stopping by to hear Kat's singing tips on Saturdays. I truly appreciate it. If you like this, awesome. Please hit the subscribe button or that little thumbs up for me, and that would be fabulous. Thank you. Bye.